this session today. Thank you for being here. You could be somewhere else doing something else on a Sunday morning, but you chose to be here, and this demonstrates your commitment to your money life. So over the next 90 minutes, I will give my best and create value for you. Supporting us in the back end is the Women on Wealth core team. It's Sheetal Gurung, Hira Jethanandani, and Prema Gurung. We will together create value for your time. You make sure that you create value for your time, because these 90 minutes, none of us are ever getting back in our lives. So like I said, the webinar will run for 90 minutes. If you have any appointments, I suggest you leave right now and come back for the next webinar. I trust you have pens and papers ready. Please take notes. This webinar can change your money life. If you don't have pens and papers ready, I suggest you go and grab one right away. If you have any questions, keep them for the Q&A section. We intend to begin the Q&A section at around 11:45, 11:50 a.m. So keep noting your questions down on your papers, and I'm going to answer them in the Q&A section. The more you engage with me in these 90 minutes, the more you're going to gain. So make sure you give your best and engage a whole lot. So how many of you are ready to engage and create value for yourself? Type in ready if you're ready. How many of you are ready? Got that? Rekha. Yes. Shelza. Gunjan. Rekha. Lakshmi, Jasna, Nikki, Divya, Lenny, Vandana, Kiran, Melvina. Awesome. Let's begin, guys. So today in this webinar, here are the 3 things that you will learn. Number 1, you will learn how not to lose money while investing. Number 2, you will learn the truth about wealth creation. And number 3, you will learn how you can begin on wealth creation right now. And by the end of this webinar, you will have absolute clarity on what actions you need to take to go to your next level with your finances. Only 1 in 3 Indian women take charge of their finances. And by showing up for this webinar, you've demonstrated your commitment to be that 1 in 3 Indian women. We are Women on Wealth, and what we do is we help women take charge of their finances. So we run online financial training and coaching programs so that women can learn how they can manage their money and grow it effectively. We've now been operational for the last 10 years, and we have helped over 4,000 women till now. These women have become debt-free. They've come out of living paycheck to paycheck. They today save at least 25% more than they ever saved. Many women have built their own investment portfolios. They've learned the step-by-step methodologies to pick good quality investments. Some of them have even generated a rate of return of 40 to 80% on their investments. Some have managed to start their own businesses. Others have managed to buy their own properties without depending on their husband, father, broker. Some women today are recognized as the finance ministers of their house, and they are getting involved in major financial decision making in their families. So if you look at finance, finance has been a male domain in our families. And our intention at Women on Wealth is to make it gender free. Because we at Women on Wealth believe that finance is a system and everyone can learn it. It is not a gender role. It is not something only for the men to do. Finance is a system, and every woman, every man can learn it. Here are the 3 online financial training and coaching programs that we run. Number 1 is our flagship course, the Women on Wealth Money Gym program, also called as Your Personal Finance Blueprint. Today, you are in a special introduction to this course. And by the end of this webinar, you will have the complete course details of Women on Wealth Money Gym. The second course is a bit of an advanced course to Money Gym. It's called The Art of Picking Quality Stocks for Beginners. And number 3 is the premium one-on-one financial coaching services. We have a lot of free resources for you as well. So Monday, 5 p.m. live on our Instagram, we have the Wake Up Women series. Tuesday, 10 a.m. live on our Facebook page, we have the decoding of the ET Wealth newspaper. Wednesday, 10 p.m. on Zoom, we have the candid community conversations. Thursday, 10 a.m. live on our Facebook page, we have My Investment Mastery series. Friday, 10 a.m. live on our Facebook page, we have the decoding of the Economic Times newspaper. Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Instagram, we have the Fortune Friday Ask Me Anything series. And Friday, 6 p.m. on Zoom, we have the online money book club discussion. So make sure that you connect with us and you stay connected with us on all our platforms so that you can really use all the free resources which are available for you. The links to all the social media platforms are on your Zoom chat. And now a little bit about me. So if you ever thought that you need to be from a finance background to manage your money, or you need to be great with math, numbers, and calculations to manage your money, or you thought you need to be a man to manage your money, then note that I'm not a man and I don't come from a finance background. I come from a journalism background. That's what my education, higher education, has been in. I used to be a reporter with news agencies like the Press Trust of India, United News of India, and more, where I had a great salary, which I used to spend on branded shoes, clothes, bags, and spas. I always wanted to create wealth, and I just didn't know how to do that. And I got a big shock when one of my male colleagues ended up buying a property. He was at the same position as mine, same salary as mine, and he ended up buying a property while I had not even managed to save that much money. So that's where my quest to wealth began. And I thought the first person to take guidance from is my dad. And like any well meaning man, my dad mentioned about traditional investments like public provident fund, PPF, and fixed deposits. I did those investments, and very soon I realized that the rates of return were really low. And I had big goals. I wanted to buy my own property in Delhi NCR, earn from my investments, ultimately build a corpus for my business. And I knew none of these goals were possible if I continue to manage my money the way I was managing and invested the way I was investing. I knew I had to take some different actions to get a different result. One of the different actions that showed up for me was to check with this male colleague of mine who had ended up buying a property. And when I checked on him, he mentioned that he invests in the stock market. Straight, I went ahead, opened a demat account, got myself a broker, and I started buying and selling whatever my broker told me to do. Only to realize in 2008 that I lost 90% of what I had invested. And at that time, I was so sad and disgusted with what had happened that I thought wealth creation was not for me and that I should give up. And I literally gave up on wealth creation. I gave up on wealth creation until I could find my mentors. And I found 4 mentors: a woman stock investor, a property investor, a serial entrepreneur, and a business coach. And when these guys began to guide me and they gave me little exercises to do, financial clarity began to emerge in my life. Like I exactly knew how much money was coming into my life, how much money was going out, where that money was going, how much money I needed to reach my financial goals, where I needed to invest, and how much I needed to invest to reach my financial goals. My stock investor mentor, she taught me a step-by-step methodology to pick good quality stocks. Until then, I didn't even know there was a step-by-step methodology to pick good quality investments. So I learned the methodology to pick good quality stocks, went back to the stock market with a lot of courage. And it was different this time because I started by making 70,000 rupees in 120 minutes. And I kept making money like that to a point that I could buy my own property in Delhi NCR. I also learned the step-by-step methodologies to pick good quality mutual funds, other investments, and I built an entire well-diversified investment portfolio without depending on anyone in my life. And a point came where I started earning from my investments, and my earnings from my investments were more than what my expenses were. And at that point, I knew I was free to take up meaningful projects in my life. So I quit my job, and 2011, we started Women on Wealth. Since then, there's been no looking back. In the last 10 years, we've been privileged to have made a difference to a couple of thousand women, and we've been covered by the BBC News, NDTV 24/7 news channel, Zee Business News Channel, Hindustan Times newspaper, Femina magazine, Entrepreneur magazine, and a series of women's blogs and posts. Also, Cherie Blair, who's wife of Mr. Tony Blair, the ex-UK Prime Minister. She wrote about us in the Huffington Post herself. And she came from London specially to visit us in Delhi and offered us the India partnership to her Cherie Blair Foundation. And since then, we've been nominating women from India to the foundation in London. So this is pretty much about me and us at Women on Wealth. And now let's talk about you. Please start typing. What are those financial goals that bring you to this session? What is it that your heart truly desires with your finances? So start typing, everybody. What are your financial goals? Some of the ideas I can give you are, you want to buy your own property, build your holiday home, build a fund for your parents, your children's higher education fund, your retirement fund. You want to build your financial freedom. You want to free yourself from the 9-to-5 constraint. Start typing. Okay, financial literacy, passive income, build heritage, pay off debts, buy my property, financial freedom. Okay, build my own home, children's higher education. Got it. Build my wealth, free myself from the job, build my own earnings, alternate source of income, start my own cafe. Yes, build a business, build financial literacy. Got that. Manage my money, save my money for my future education, buy my holiday home. Got it, guys. So these are all your financial goals. Now start typing. What are those financial challenges which are in the way of you reaching these financial goals? So some of the examples of financial challenges are you living paycheck to paycheck? Are you in debt? Do you find it difficult to save? Or you save and you blow it all up all of a sudden? Or you lack knowledge of investments, lack financial knowledge? Start typing. What are those financial challenges? Okay, you are in debt, you're living paycheck to paycheck, you don't have enough knowledge of finances. Got it. Lack of financial knowledge seems to be one common thing which is coming about. Got it. Lack of investment knowledge. I'm only following traditional advice. I am scared. I'm scared that I will lose my money. Got it. I'm not able to save. I'm in a debt trap. So guys, while in the last 10 years, we've had, same challenge, we've addressed all the challenges that you're talking about here in the session. However, addressing all these challenges within 90 minutes is impossible. Okay. So what I promised to do today is help you make 1% improvement in your money life today. So we at Women on Wealth believe that by making 1% improvement in our money life every day, we can become 37 times better with our finances in a year's time. So today, can we together begin on that 1% improvement in our money life? How many of you are ready? You're ready to make that 1% improvement in your money life today? Got that? Rekha, Rashi, Gunjan, Prajakta, Divya, Priya, Nalini, Smruti, Malvina, Mansi, Valerie, Lenny, Shikha, Shraddha, Lakshmi, Swati, awesome, Nitashu, Aisha, got that, Sanjana, Samya, Sharayu, and everybody who is sitting there waiting to get ready, get ready. We are beginning on the 1% improvement in our money life today with the 3 concepts of wealth creation. Here is concept number 1. How not to lose money while investing. Okay, so some of you in the beginning of the session today, you're scared that you will lose money while investing. So here is one concept that if you begin to take care of, you will not lose money while investing. And that concept is inflation. So for women who understand Hindi, inflation is called mehengai. Okay, so when you are spending more money to buy the same quantity of products and services, that's called inflation. So how many of you notice inflation in your lives? Type in me if you notice inflation. How many of you notice inflation? Got that? Awesome. Now start typing which are those items in which you notice inflation. Like you can see that, these are the items where I can see I'm spending more money to buy the same quantity of products and services. Yes, petrol, cooking oil, absolutely, clothes, shoes, groceries, fruits, vegetables. So you name it, you name the item, and inflation is a part of our lives, right? Healthcare, medicine, right? So while as consumers, we are present to inflation in our lives, the same concept of inflation goes out of sight for us when we are investing our money. Let me give you an example of that. So imagine that there is a policy or scheme that you come across, and under this policy or scheme, you're being asked to invest 1 lakh rupees every year for the next 10 years. And at the end of 20 years, you will receive 22 lakh rupees back. So now how do we analyze such schemes? We say, okay, I am to invest 1 lakh every year for 10 years, means I invest 10 lakh rupees every year. At the end of 20 years, I receive 22 lakh rupees back. So 10 lakhs becoming 22 lakhs, we think our money is doubling and we invest our money. However, if we start looking 22 lakh rupees that we are receiving 20 years later, from the light of inflation, just at an inflation rate of 5% year on year, 22 lakh rupees 20 years later is worth just 8.2 lakh rupees of today. So by investing 10 lakh rupees, what you're receiving back in value is amount worth 8.2 lakh rupees. And that is inflation for you. So if you really do not want to lose money while investing, what you need to do is make sure that you're following this guideline. Make sure that the returns on your investments are over and above the inflation rate year on year. Amanpreet, please don't play with the screen. Yeah, here we are learning together. Yeah. So coming back. So the guideline is making sure that the rate of return that you are generating is over and above the inflation rate of 8% year on year. Financial analysts report that inflation rate in our country is at 8% year on year. What your job is to make sure that the return on your investments are over and above that 8% inflation rate. Okay. Meryl Dinners, who's a communication expert, she, in a span of 1 year, has increased her net worth, financial worth, by 37%. So while inflation rate is at 8% year on year, Meryl is growing her financial worth by 37%. And this is an ongoing financial transformation that she's causing in her life. I'm sure each woman here has a savings bank account. So start typing, everyone, what is the rate of return that you're generating on your savings bank account? Yeah, 3%, okay. Everybody quickly, what is the rate of return you're generating on your savings bank account? 3, 4, 3, 4, you guys are bang on. It's between 2 and 4% year on year. Now, if you look at fixed deposits, okay, given the time horizon of the fixed deposit, the rate of return is between 4 and 6% year on year. You look at post office investments, provident fund, any other insurance come investment policies or schemes, ULIPs, the rate of return is between 6 and 7.6% year on year. So in all these traditional investments, what you're generating is between 2 and 7.6% year on year, while inflation rate is at 8% year on year. So given this performance, are you really beating inflation by investing in these instruments? Type in yes or no. Are you really beating inflation? No, brilliant. You guys are absolutely right. Brilliant. Yes, no, not at all. No, absolutely. So here are some investments that actually help you beat inflation. Okay. There are mutual funds, debt funds, gold bonds, properties, stocks, etc. So these are some of the investment instruments that actually help you beat inflation. So how many of you are invested in mutual funds? Type in me if you're investing in mutual funds. Got it. So Rashi, Mansi, Jasna, Lenny, Neetu, Shraddha, Vandana, okay, all of you who are saying that you are investing in mutual funds. How many of you know the step-by-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds? Type in me. If you know the step-by-step methodology, there is a 30-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds. Do you know it? No, you don't know. Okay, got it. Got it. So then how are you investing? You're investing on tips, advice, dependence on husband, broker, advisor, father. Is that how you've been investing, or did you Google? Yeah, got that. Advice, Rashi. Got that, Vandana. Samya, got it. And how many of you are absolutely confident about the advice? Like you're absolutely confident that you're going to reach your financial goals. And these are exactly the right investment instruments for you. Got that, Samya? Samya is saying, no, not really. I am not pretty sure. Got that, Vandana? Not really. Got that, Jasna? Not sure. So guys, concept number 2, the truth about wealth creation is that financial dependence is not the way forward for women. So financial dependent way of making your decisions, okay, being dependent on father, broker, advisor for making your investment decisions, financial decisions, is not the way forward for you. So if you really truly want to reach those financial goals that you spoke about in the beginning of this session, what you need to get is that you truly need to take charge. So when it comes to taking charge, it's about really becoming financially literate. So financial education has been missing from our school and college system. Now what? Does it mean you don't learn? Well, if I can learn, so can you. So around mutual funds, like we were talking, there is over 30-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds. Okay. And it takes us about 4 hours to explain the entire methodology to our students. And it takes them at least 1.5 hours to practice that methodology then. So sharing the entire step-by-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds is not possible in these 90 minutes in the session. However, inside of my commitment to get you started, here are some of the initial steps that I'm talking about to pick good quality mutual funds. So hear carefully. Number 1, we look at what is the category of the mutual fund that we should be picking based on our financial goals. Next, we look at who the fund manager is and what is the fund manager's strategy. How well has the fund manager diversified the portfolio? What is the asset allocation like in the portfolio? We look at the expense ratio, the risk to reward measures, and many other steps. So how many of you are thinking right now, man, what is she saying? I don't understand this. This is all going over my head. Priyanka, you're crazy if you're expecting me to understand this right now. So how many of you are thinking like that? That, yeah, it's going over my head. I don't understand. Got that. Pallavi, Vandana, Shraddha, yes, Sanjana, Monica, Smruti, Aisha, got it. And this is why I said, learning the entire step-by-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds is not possible in a short period of time. So the truth about wealth creation is that wealth creation happens in 3 phases. Okay. So the truth about wealth creation happens in 3 phases. Phase number 1 is the accumulation phase. Phase 2 is the growth phase. And phase 3 is the income phase. So accumulation phase is when you accumulate the money that you are receiving in your life. Now, each woman, whether you are a professional, an entrepreneur, a homemaker, a freelancer, a student, each one of us receive money in our lives. When you are accumulating, when you are saving that money, you're in the accumulation phase of your finances. However, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're in debt, you find it difficult to save, or you save and you blow it all up, then your challenge lies in the accumulation phase of your finances. The second phase is the growth phase, where you grow your money over and above the inflation rate. So when you are growing your finances over and above the inflation rate, as a knowledgeable investor, you are in the growth phase of your finances. The third phase is the income phase. So as you accumulate your money and you grow it, you begin to generate an investment income from your investment. So that's where you are in the investment income phase. In the beginning of this session, some of you said you want financial freedom. You want to free yourself from the 9-to-5 constraint of a job. You want to free yourself from any kind of dependence on anyone else. So you are, when you are in the income phase, this is what absolutely you take. So now tell me, how many of you think that you need to accumulate a lot of money before you can grow it? Start typing. How many of you think that you need to accumulate a lot of money before you grow it? Type in me. That I think, Smruti, Divya, Shraddha, Hina, Nitashu, Priya. Okay, so all of you who are feeling that, yes, you need to accumulate a lot of money before you grow it. Okay, please start writing on your papers. Here is an example. So say you're 30 years old, 30 years old. Okay, and you start saving and investing just 10,000 rupees every month. So you start saving and investing just 10,000 rupees every month. You're 30 years old and you keep doing that until you're age 60. So from age 30 to age 60, you're just saving and investing 10,000 rupees per month, which means you've saved and invested 36 lakh rupees over a 30-year period. And imagine that you are a knowledgeable investor and you've picked a good quality investment that is helping you generate an 8% compounded annual rate of return. Given this rate of return and your knowledgeable investment, your 36 lakh rupees will become 1.5 crore rupees by the time you turn 60. Now, this is the power of small savings. This is the power of consistent and disciplined investing. This is the power of becoming a knowledgeable investor. So all of you who think that you need to accumulate a lot of money before you grow it, know that even small savings can accumulate and become a large amount, provided you get started independently and intelligently on your investments. Prema Gurung, she is a home baker, a baker by profession, and she came to a similar introduction session in 2014. At that time, she was living paycheck to paycheck. She was in a credit card and a personal debt of about 10 lakh rupees. She was married for 2 years. She was finding it difficult to talk with her husband about money. There was financial stress, financial anxiety, and she used to feel financially insecure. She came to a similar introduction session and she joined the Women on Wealth Money Gym program. And within 20 months of doing the program, she paid off her entire debt of 10 lakh rupees and she has never been in debt ever since. After becoming debt free, she picked the right insurances, she built the emergency fund for herself, she started planning her taxes, she used tax savings instruments, she started building a well-diversified investment portfolio without depending on anyone in her life. So she bought the right mutual funds, gold bonds, other investments. And at that point, her husband noticed the change that she was bringing in the family's finances. And he declared her as the finance minister of the house. Since then, no looking back, both of them started working together on their finances. A couple of years later, they bought a land in their hometown. A couple of years after that, when they were absolutely financially secure and financially prepared, they brought a daughter to this world. And Then they started building her higher education fund. A couple of years later, the coronavirus crisis hit all of us. In the first wave, both of them lost their income. But nothing could shake the peace of mind of the family. Both of them, they supported each other. They are today back in their jobs and businesses, earning more than they ever did before. And they are building their daughter's higher education fund and their retirement fund. So that's Prema Gurung for you, a woman who truly took charge of her finances and has absolutely transformed her financial life and her family life. You might be thinking to yourself, hey, Prema did it, 4,000 women in the Women on Wealth community did it. How can you begin on your wealth creation right now? So here are the steps to create wealth, everybody. Step number 1, resolve to start. A lot of us women, we keep thinking about our financial goals, but we truly never get started on them. So start typing, everybody. For how long have you been thinking about your financial goals? Start typing. For how long have you been thinking about your financial goals? 4 years, 5 years, 2 years, many years, 10 years, 3 years. Okay. Years now, I don't even remember how many years. Okay, many years, 5 years, 3 years. Now start typing, guys. What are the excuses that you've been giving yourself for not getting started? What are the excuses that you've been giving yourself for not getting started? Okay, I'm scared of losing money. I think I don't have the knowledge. I have too much debt on me. It's very risky. I will lose money. And then what will my family say? Right? Lack of knowledge. Well, knowledge is all around us. So if you didn't take that knowledge, what is the reason you've been giving yourself? Have you been saying, oh, I don't have the money for this? Or you're saying, I have too much on my plate already. I don't think I can do this. Or I will not understand this. I think I'm not so intelligent for it. So start typing. What are really those reasons? Or I'm okay about being dependent. Let my husband do this. Yeah, I already have many responsibilities. I don't think I'm capable of doing this. I'm okay about being dependent on my husband. I'm not confident. I have too much on my plate. Got it? What else? I'm only investing to save tax. Now start typing what is the cost that you've paid for giving these reasons for 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years or forever. What is the cost that you've paid for giving these reasons? What is the cost you've paid for not getting started? What's the cost? Okay, I have no investments in my name. I have no savings. Got it. What's the cost? There is no financial growth. I have lost time. Yeah. There is dependency where I am. I don't feel financially secure. I've lost time. I've lost money. I have nothing to say as my wealth. There's no financial freedom where I am. Some of you may be feeling that, yeah, you've lost your confidence. You've lost your respect. Got that? You're dependent. You've lost your peace of mind. You're finding it difficult to now talk about money. So now, guys, just ask yourself, if you keep giving the reasons that you've been giving in the past, is your future going to be any different? Type in yes or no. If you keep giving the reasons you've been giving yourself in the past, is your future going to be any different? Brilliant. No. You guys are all absolutely right. No. There will be no difference. Yeah. I will only feel guilty later in life. Got it. So if you keep repeating your past, what you will have is more of the past. So number one step when it comes to wealth creation or reaching your financial goals is resolving to start. So no matter the excuses, the situations, the circumstances, the reasons. You promise yourself to get started on your wealth creation. So how many of you are resolving to start? Type in resolved. If you're resolving to start right now, which means you're giving up, okay? Giving up your right to give excuses, reasons, bringing all the circumstances in, everything. Got that? Jasna, Swati, Smruti, Nalini, Lavanya, Valeri, Shraddha, Divya, Nitanshu. Got that? Amanpreet. Yeah, Shelja, Hina, got it. And each one whose name I've not managed to take. I'm glad I'm sitting in the company of women who are resolving to start on their wealth creation. Step number 2 is learning how to research. So finance is a system, okay? And there is a proper step-by-step methodology to pick good quality investments. There's a step-by-step methodology to do your own financial planning. There's a step-by-step methodology to build diversification. There is a step-by-step methodology to build your investment portfolio. So this step, once you resolve to start, the next step is becoming financially educated and building a financial system in your life. Let me give an example of a methodology now, okay? So imagine that there is a business that you come across, and this business is about 40 years old, 40 years old. It means it's a well-established business. Now, how do you judge if this business is worth your hard-earned money? Number one, you look at how much borrowings does this business has. Number two, you look at if the business has enough cash to pay off the borrowings. Number three, check if the cash is insufficient to pay off the borrowings, are the profits enough to pay off the borrowings? Given this financial performance, okay, you got to invest in this business. So I'm repeating the steps. Say 40-year-old business, it has borrowings worth 1 crore rupees. It does not have enough cash to pay off the debt. And say it is not even making enough profits to pay off the debt. So given this financial situation, if you were invited to invest in this business, would you invest? Type in yes or no. Would you invest in a business like that? Brilliant. You guys are absolutely right. No. So none of us in the craziest of our minds will ever invest in a business like that. So what did we do here? We used a step-by-step methodology. We looked at how old the business was, how much borrowings it had, how much cash profits it had to pay off the borrowings. And then we decided basis that. Now tell me guys, was this method complex? Because a lot of women, they think that finance is complex. So how many of you think, yes, this was complex? Type in yes or no. Was this method complex? No. Did it require a lot of maths? Because a lot of women think that money and finance will require a lot of maths. Investments require a lot of maths, and I don't think I can do it. Did it require a lot of maths? Did it require a lot of calculations? Can only a man do this? Like, we women do not have this kind of common sense? Absolutely, Nitanshu. Like, we can't learn things which are as easy as this. Like, only a man can do this? No. Yeah. So Poonam, you don't need to find out. You need to just learn, right? You just need to learn. Build financial education and go beyond all the myths that you have around money and finance. And that brings me to the third step, building an investor attitude. So can you be the women who are willing to open their mind, open their hearts, okay? Be willing to learn, persist, be disciplined, be focused, and go beyond all the myths that you built around money and finances. Next step, note that mentors are a key. So I'm not talking about advisors here. I am not talking about brokers here. I'm talking about mentors, people who are financially educated, and they can help you become financially educated too. So people who are making independent financial decisions, they're making independent, intelligent investment decisions. So those are the mentors that you need in your life who can help you grow. Like I'm clear, had my stock investor mentor, my property investor mentor, my other mentors, had they not supported me, I wouldn't be sitting here inspiring you guys to take charge. So mentors are a key, guys. And last step, community is the secret success ingredient. We're all equal to the 5 people around us. If those 5 people are financially successful people, we will be financially successful too. Excuse me. So if we can surround ourselves with such people, financially successful people, we will be financially successful too. So I'm repeating the steps to wealth creation. Number 1, resolve to start. Number 2, learn how to research. Build a financial system in your life. Learn the step-by-step methodologies to everything in finances. Build an investor attitude. Note that mentors are a key and community is the secret success ingredient. Kaveri Bharat, who is a potter, a ceramic artist, she said, before the program, I used to think that I barely have any money to put bread and butter on the table. So I will never be able to save anything. Forget investing. Today, I have complete awareness of where I am, where I want to be, and how I can get there. I started my PPF, started an emergency fund, bought gold bonds, started my NPS, started 2 mutual fund investments, all on my own. I realized that I don't need a broker. And this is a financial transformation that she has caused for herself within 3 months of joining Women on Wealth. So that's Kaveri Bharat for you, and this is who we are for you. We are Women on Wealth, your money school for women, where women enter this online money school. They learn how to take charge of their finances and they stay in this alumni community for the rest of their lives. Time for some questions now, everybody. So start typing all the questions that you have for yourself. Okay. No question is silly. No question is basic. Okay. You're not being judged. So please free yourself up and write down all the questions that you have. And if you have questions around Women on Wealth and our course, just stay tuned. After completing the Q&A section, I'm going to share the details of the Women on Wealth Money Gym program. Okay, so just stay tuned and start writing your questions now. Yes, like I said, any questions around the school and the course will be answered after the Q&A section is complete. So bring in other questions now. So what are your questions? So Shraddha, when you're saying, I wish to get a startup loan, what's the question? Okay. Let's take one question at a time. Okay, one question that I think is an extremely interesting question is from Divya. And she's asking, is it good to take up SIPs for the short term, say 12 months? So what are SIPs? Okay, I'm repeating this question. Is it good to take up SIPs for the short term, say 12 months? First of all, what are SIPs? SIPs are systematic investment plans. It's a systematic way of investing in mutual funds. So when you are systematically investing in mutual funds, you are following an SIP method in mutual funds. Now, equity mutual funds are only for the long term. Okay. Anything which is connected to equity. So equity mutual funds or stocks, they're all for the long term. Why? Because they go up and down. Right? So wherever there is high volatility, those investments are not for the short term. These investment types are only for long-term financial goals. So you will pick equity mutual funds and SIP method of investing in equity mutual funds only for long-term goals. So goals which are over 7 years away. If the goals are less than 7 years away, then equity mutual funds are not for the short term. Okay, understand this. So it is absolutely critical that you have clarity on your financial goals if you want to invest your money well. Clarity on financial goals means you need to know how much money you need to get where in how much time. And please note, the future value of your financial goals will not be the same as its current value. So say, a child's higher education in a particular college costs X amount right now. 15 years later, when your child is going to college, the amount will not be X. It will be X plus inflation. So you need to learn how to calculate the future value of your financial goals so that you can smartly invest and build a financial plan to get there. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, so Sri is asking me, can we start investing with a very basic amount like 4,000 or 5,000 rupees? Absolutely. You can even begin with a 1,000 rupees in your pocket. That's the minimum amount of money that you need to, kind of begin investing. But now, where do you invest this money? That's the question. Just because it's a small amount of money doesn't mean that you can just invest it anywhere. Maybe that investment is not worth your hard-earned money. And what you're doing by investing in any investment is you're just collecting more baggage for yourself, because you're going to lose your money. Yeah. So whether you're investing 1,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, the key is first learn and then invest your hard-earned money. Like when we want to say take up a good job, we first go and do a degree, right? Like example, we go into an engineering college and we do take that engineering course. Because otherwise, if we don't take that degree, we are signing up for lifetime of low-paying jobs, right? So the key is, what did we do here in the engineering case? We learned first, we took a degree, and then we went ahead for a job. The same is with finance. You need to first learn, whether it is small amounts or big amounts you're investing, first learn and then invest. Because that is when you're going to invest as a knowledgeable investor and you're going to maximize your investment returns. Okay, so that's how you do it. Okay, let's see more questions. Okay, I can see some of the questions are around the course. I'm not going to answer them, guys. Like I said, after the Q&A section is complete, I'm going to share. Okay, Amanpreet has an interesting question. She's saying, I've been investing via SIPs into mutual funds, but I have no knowledge. But I've definitely seen an increase in the money I invested. Got it, right? So you probably took some advice, you invested, and you have some returns, right? Now ask yourself, is this is this something that you can keep doing for a lifetime? And are you okay about this method? Because if you're okay about being dependent on tips, advice, brokers, husband, father, completely your choice, right? Nothing wrong in it. I am not somebody, and my community is not somebody who are okay about being dependent on others. Yeah, so I lost money when I was dependent on others to pick good investments for myself. And then even if I picked investments after hearsay and advice, I was not confident ever that yes, I'm getting there. There was lack of confidence. There was lack of clarity. I wasn't sure that I'm getting there. So to each their own. If you're okay about being dependent, that's fine. Then you don't need to be financially educated. But if you're like me, or like a couple of thousand women at Women on Wealth, we're not okay about being dependent. We want to learn on our own, invest wisely, and then be clear on where we are going. We want to be knowledgeable investors, right? And it doesn't take that much time. It just takes 15 minutes a day. That's it. So the choice is yours. Yeah. Sometimes when you take advice, you do something, you will make money. Also, you will not make money. But is this something that you can sustain for a long term? I don't know. Yeah. It's like, for me, it's like learning English. Like I learned English, you learned English in school and college, and then we use it for the rest of our lives. The same way is with finance. We learn it once and then we know it for life. And then our life is sorted. We're done. We've built skills for life. So I believe in that way of operating with my finances, because I think my financial life is absolutely critical for me, and I'm sure your financial life is critical too. And that's why you're here spending your 90 minutes that even you're never going to get back in your lives. Okay, let's look for more questions now. I love what Amanpreet you're creating now. No, I don't want to be dependent on others for a lifetime. I want to take charge. I want to take control of my finances. If that's your choice, then you got to learn. Yeah, there's no other way then. How do I start? Yeah. Some of you are saying, how do I start? It's a common question that I can see many of you are asking. So here are the steps to get started with. Okay. Number one, bring clarity on your financial goals. So how much money you need to reach which financial goal, and how much time will it take? That's step one when you want to get started on wealth creation. Okay. Bringing clarity on your financial goals, and know that financial goals are always in the future. So the future value has to be calculated. Okay. The future value of the financial goals has to be calculated. Step number two is identifying what is your current financial situation. So what is your current financial worth? How much diversification is there in your portfolio right now? What are the kind of investments you've picked? Are those knowledgeable, intelligent investments? How much money is coming into your life? Where is it going? That's step two. Step three is identifying the gap between where you are right now financially and where you want to be. And now, how do you cover that gap? So, some of the ways to cover the gap is learn the art of financial planning, right? Learn the art of investment portfolio building, learn the art of diversification, learn the step-by-step methodologies to pick good quality investments. So these are some of the steps that you can take to get started. Okay. Some of you are talking about stocks and cryptocurrency in between, right? Some of the questions are around that. Okay. And some of you are talking about short term. What do I do for the short term? I want to know how many of you have absolute clarity on the future value of your financial goals. Type in me if you have absolute clarity on how much money you need in the future to reach your financial goals. Type in me if you have the clarity. Okay, we have one of you who has clarity. in such a large group of women? Okay, my second question. Got that? No clarity. Got that, Swati? Takes courage to be, saying the truth. Second, how many of you have absolute clarity on your financial situation right now, the current financial situation? Like, what is your net worth? What's the kind of diversification you have in your portfolio right now? Yeah. If those investments are really taking you to your financial goals, like you have absolute clarity on that. Okay. Next question. How many of you are absolutely clear on the gap? Like, how many of you know the art of financial planning? Like, you are your own financial planners. You know it. Type in me. If you are your own financial planner, you know the art of financial planning. Anybody? Got it. Not me. Got it. I'm not. Got that. Sure. Next step, do you know the step-by-step methodology to build a well-diversified investment portfolio? How many of you know that? Like a practical tool you have. Got that? No. Okay, how many of you know the step-by-step methodology to pick good quality investments? Okay, not me, not at all. Okay, got it, guys. So now, instead of going to, senior subjects like stock trading, cryptocurrency, NFOs, IPOs, what I first highly recommend for each woman here who said, no, not me, I don't know this, then you need to build your financial foundation first. If you can see from, the questions that you've answered that you lack financial foundation, then don't jump. Okay, don't jump the gun. First, build your financial foundation. Once you've built a strong financial foundation, you can jump to cryptocurrencies, IPOs, or any of these new shiny objects which keep coming in the market. So what I want to tell each one of you, that there are investments which have been 30, 40 years old, and they have a huge track record of making money for their investors. Okay. So first we need to pick such investments which have huge track record and they have been making money for their investors. And you can be one too. So first floor of the building can't be built on air, right? Any building that has to be constructed, foundation has to be constructed. The same is with finances. Build your financial foundation first, then jump to such senior concepts. Okay, guys? Okay, let me look for more questions if I can answer. Some of you are asking, what are the basic tests I can do to check mutual funds? It takes us 4 hours to explain the method, guys. Can't explain it in such a short period of time. Okay, Divya is asking, is it better to pay out your debt or invest the money? So imagine if you are a knowledgeable investor. Okay, now you took a home loan, say where the interest rate is say about 7%. And you are a knowledgeable investor, which means say in good quality mutual funds, you can easily generate 12 to 14% rate of return. Now tell me, if the rate of interest is 7%, while what you can generate, okay, by investing in good quality mutual funds as a knowledgeable investor is 12 to 14%, what will you do? You will, of course, invest more money, grow it with velocity, and then pay off the debt. So it completely depends on your skill. How skilled are you? How much knowledge you have? How do you have practical tools to use that knowledge? Because once you have that, you have it for life, and then your financial life is sorted. Over time, it's also put on autopilot. And you don't have to ongoingly, keep managing it. That's how it works. Okay, let's see more questions. Sure, thank you, Divya. I'm glad some of you are writing, sharing your views. So Divya is asking, I have investments, assets, and savings, but I have no cash in hand. What am I doing wrong, or what am I not doing? I'm repeating this. I have investments, assets, and savings, but I have no cash in hand. What am I doing wrong or not doing? So I can tell you what you're not doing. You're not managing your money well. You're not managing diversification well. Because if you are experiencing a liquidity crunch, so when you don't have cash in hand, there's a liquidity crunch. So if you're not managing liquidity, okay, you're not managing liquidity with the investments that you're doing, then what is missing in your investments or in your money life? What is missing is diversification. If you learn the art of diversification, you will know how to balance, right? How to balance liquidity or cash that you need to run your life comfortably with the investments that you need for the future. So right now where you are is where there is lack of financial integrity. Okay, you're not able to balance immediate gratification with your financial goals. So that is the missing element. And if you plug that in, your money life can rock, provided these investments are good quality and they are helping you reach your goals. Okay. So thank you so much, everybody. I trust you created value for yourself from all the concepts that I shared with you and from all the questions that I have answered for you today. And now I have some questions for you to answer. So my first question to you is, how many of you realize that there is a lot more to learn as far as implementing the knowledge that I've shared with you is concerned? So type in yes if you can see that there is, you realize that there is a lot more to learn as far as implementing the knowledge that I've shared with you is concerned. Got that? Pallavi, Monica, Mumtaz, Smruti, Snehal, Kiran, Priya, Pallavi, Divya, Sharon, Rashi. Got that? Sharayu, Aisha, Pallavi. Got that, Jayashri? Here is my second question and a more important question. How many of you realize that by not implementing this knowledge, you will be repeating your past? So you will be doing things how you've done in the past and you will have more of the past. How many of you can see that? That yes, if I don't implement now, I'm going to repeat my past. Got that, Prajakta, Shelza, Smruti, Gunjan, Divya, Nalini, Monica, Sharayu, Kiran, Aisha, Melvina, Rashi, got it, Jayashri. And this is why, guys, we have designed this course that we call the Women on Wealth Money Gym Program. So Women on Wealth Money Gym Program is your personal finance blueprint. It is the ultimate training system which has been designed to give you access to your financial freedom. So it is the ultimate training system which has been designed to give you access to your financial goals. So, you could be anywhere here right now. You could be a complete beginner, somebody who's at an intermediate level, but you're dependent on others for tips, advice, or there is lack of implementation where you are. In 2 months' time, you have the probability of becoming a knowledgeable investor, somebody who understands essential financial tools. You will become a confident investor and you start investing on your own intelligently with our guidance. So whatever you've learned with me in the last 1 hour or more, I will help you put all that into action. Okay, so I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to implement that. Before I go on to tell you more about the curriculum of this course, I need your permission. So I'm going to make this clear that this course is not for everyone. So if you feel this course is not for you, this is not your cup of tea, or you're already planning to quit, or you're okay about being dependent on others, or you don't even want your own money, or you're somebody who's wanting to get rich quick. Like overnight, you think you will push some button and you will get all the money, then this course is not for you. You can leave the webinar with all my love and gratitude. Thank you so much for coming. This is a fail-proof blueprint. The only way you fail in this system is if you don't take actions or if you quit. This work requires 15 minutes of your time, dedication, hard work, effort to make things work and to make things happen for you. So if you are somebody who is serious about her financial goals and you're willing to make a decision today in this webinar, I want you to type, I am serious about my financial goals, because now I'm going to talk with serious women only. Because decisions build financial destiny. And women who decide without sitting on the fence are the ones who are going to make true financial progress in their lives. And I want to speak with those women who are really serious and committed to their financial goals. Got that? Rashi, Sanju, Swati, Smruti, Divya, Aisha, Prajakta, Amanpreet, Snehal, Chirutha, Melvina, Kiran, Gunjan, Vandana, Sharon, Nalini, Shraddha, Sheetal, Shelza, Valerie, Sharayu, Jeshri, Vatika, Monica. What an absolute privilege sitting in the company of so many women who are really committed to their financial goals. Wow. And I will tell you from my side that whatever I offer in this webinar today is going to be the best value, the best that I'm going to give you. And even if you give 1 rupee, you're going to get over 10 rupees worth of value within the program with your skill building, and over 100 times and 1,000 times the returns with your investments over a lifetime. And you can mark my words for that. So thank you so much. I needed your permission before I share the details of the program. I will now share all the details with you, and you have to decide for yourself whether it is a yes or a no. For me, it does not matter. This is what you're going to do for yourself and your own money life. So I'm sharing the details of the Women on Wealth Money Gym program. The Women on Wealth Money Gym program is a 6-step program. Here are the 6 steps that we work on in the program. In step number 1, you build a vision for yourself. In step number 2, you identify your current financial situation. You look at where all my money is going and what is my net worth. In step number 3, you identify the gap between where you are right now financially and where you want to be. In step number 4, you build your financial plan, especially your retirement plan within the program. You become your own financial planner for the rest of your life. In step number 5, you build your investment portfolio. So you learn how to identify equity mutual funds, gold bonds versus gold funds versus physical gold, and many other safe investment instruments. So within the program, you learn how to identify these investments and you build an investment portfolio with your own understanding and our guidance. Step number 6, you build financial integrity, which is a balance between immediate gratification and your goals. Here are all the topics that we cover in these 6 steps of the Money Gym program. Your vision and financial goals, pillars of financial security, expense tracking, money in, money out, the right insurances for you, how to create wealth, your growing net worth, property and property loan, funds allocation for now and post-retirement, how to generate regular income, wealth creation formula, financial planning, to have more, save more, invest more, and be at it. Mutual funds step-by-step guide. What are SIPs and how do they benefit? Fund manager and their strategies. How to invest in mutual funds. Drivers to exit a mutual fund. How much is enough? What is money for you? Your real hourly rate. balance between immediate gratification, goals, values, and fulfillment. What to expect on this journey? Low drama, high impact. So these are all the topics that get covered in the 6 steps of the Money Gym program. And here is the value of a lifetime that you take away. Number 1, you get access to come out of living paycheck to paycheck. Number 2, you become debt free. So women who join the course and persist with the community, they report that they paid off their 20-year home loan in record 4 years' time. You increase your savings by at least 25%. You get clarity on your financial goals. You become comfortable in asking for money and talking about it with people in your life. You learn the basics of financial planning, especially retirement planning within the program. You become your own financial planner for the rest of your life. You build an investment portfolio independently and confidently with our guidance within the program. You learn the step-by-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds, gold, and many other investments. So you can start on your financial success today. How it will work. You will receive 10 video recordings to watch, learn, and implement from. Bonuses, you will receive 25 supplementary video recordings to aid your investment decisions. So a total of 35 video recordings you will receive, and you will have unlimited access and lifetime access to these video recordings. With these video recordings, you will receive comprehensive worksheets. So you will watch and learn about everything around finances from the video recordings, and you will implement in these comprehensive worksheets. So you need a laptop and you need to know how to type in an Excel sheet. That's it. That's what you need to know. We've built the entire Excel sheets, the calculations, the formulas are all built in. You just need a laptop and you need to know how to type in an Excel sheet for this course. With the Money Gym Personal Finance Blueprint video recordings, today you're getting bonuses. You're getting the Investment Mastery Series video recordings as well as the Mutual Fund Investment Series video recordings. So these bonuses today you get with the main Money Gym Personal Finance Blueprint video recordings and worksheets. Here is what you will learn from the Investment Mastery Series. Inflation, life insurance, sovereign gold bonds, why gold bonds over gold funds, basics of stock investing, property buying, property investing, cryptocurrency, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, National Pension Scheme, NPS, Public Provident Fund, post office schemes, bank deposits, 8 questions to ask before selling your equity mutual funds. So these are all the topics that get covered in the Investment Mastery Series video recordings. And here is what you learn from the Mutual Fund Investment Series. What are mutual funds? Advantages and disadvantages. Types of mutual funds. Are investments in mutual funds safe? Can NRIs invest in India? What is an NFO? Should you invest in it? Equity mutual fund. Types of equity mutual funds. Debt mutual funds. Direct stock investing versus equity mutual funds. ELSS tax saving funds. How many equity mutual funds should I own? Understanding mutual fund returns, taxation in mutual funds. So these are all the topics that get covered in the Mutual Fund Investment Series. So this is what the Money Gym bundle you will take away post your registration. You will take away the Money Gym Personal Finance Blueprint video recordings and worksheets, Investment Mastery Series video recordings, and Mutual Fund Investment Series video recordings, and much more. You will join our Facebook group, online money book club, peer-to-peer study group. You will join the decoding of the finance news, community chat group, and the monthly meetups. All of this today with your signing up in the Money Gym bundle. So this is how you will enter the Women on Wealth School online as you register yourself right now. You will have a login ID and a password to enter the school. This is how your course will look. This is how each lecture in the course will look. Okay? That's not all. You also get group coaching, which are 5 live sessions with the video recordings and worksheets. These are live sessions. So like how you're sitting live with me on Zoom right now, the same way you will sit live with us 5 times over 5 weeks. And you will learn, and this is what you will get. Number one, you will get a target date to work towards for completing your video recordings. We all work better with targets. So the starting of your group coaching date is your target date until when you must complete all the Money Gym, main Money Gym personal finance blueprint video recordings and work on the worksheets. You bring velocity to implementation of the system. You don't want to just learn the financial system, right? You want to implement it in your life. Live group coaching sessions help you implement the financial system with velocity in your own life. You get your queries answered. You ask your questions live in the group coaching sessions. So your learning maximizes. You experience the power of community work. When women who are serious about their financial goals, they come together. You get to experience that power with this community. You learn from each other's questions. There's a lot of peer-to-peer learning that happens in the group coaching sessions. You get an opportunity to be with the mentor live in these group coaching sessions. So all of this when you join the Money Gym bundle. Please note down the 3 upcoming dates. The closest date, the closest group coaching is Feb 19th, which is Saturday, coming Saturday, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. sharp. The batch after that is March 12th, Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. After that, April batch is open for registration right now. April 9th, Saturday, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. sharp. And your job until Feb 19th, March 12th, or April 9th is to put in 15 minutes every day and complete just the Money Gym, personal finance, blueprint video recordings and work on the worksheets. And then from Feb 19th, March 12th, or April 9th, whichever batch you're joining, we will be meeting every Saturday for 5 Saturdays every week, same time, either 12:30 to 1:30 or 11 to 12. That's not all. You join your women investors community and the monthly meetups. So upon successful completion of the live group coaching sessions, you get access to the community, inner circle. What is an inner circle? These are all the women who have done the Money Gym program. They've already built their investment portfolios. They have ticked some of their financial goals. You get to join this larger community of Money Gymmers. This is the inner circle. Neetu, please don't play with the screen. So you join this live chat group and the monthly meetups for a lifetime. Okay. And this is what you're getting for a lifetime. Okay, live chat group and the monthly meetups. This is how our thriving community of women investors look. You join the live chat group, the monthly meetups, which happen live as well on Zoom right now. There's continuous financial education for you. You ask and give support, and you stay on track for the rest of your life. All of this in the thriving community for the rest of your life. Are you concerned? Are you thinking, what if you don't give your best? What then? Well, this is your environment for your financial success. There are simple instructional videos plus worksheets for implementation. There are weekly Instagram and Facebook lives to listen, grow, and stay inspired in. You focus on just 1% improvement daily. You give just 15 minutes a day. This is implementation focused completely. There is group study among peers. There's an active chat group that you join. There's interaction with the mentor in the live group coaching sessions. There's a financial catalyst to support you individually. And there is a community for continuous education and for being on track for the rest of your life. So time to really get started, guys. The original fee of this course is over 1,50,000 rupees. Today, you get it at a special price of 30,000 rupees only. So 30,000 rupees, and this is inclusive of lifetime of video recordings and worksheets, live 5 group coaching sessions and guidance, and lifetime of community inner circle chat group and monthly meetups. Everything included for your lifetime in just 30,000 rupees. If you pay in one go, you pay a one-time fee of only 27,000 rupees. So you save another 3,000 rupees. You pay in one go 27,000 and you receive access to the video recordings and worksheets right away today. And this is the option which is available for the Feb and the March batch. If you want to join the April batch, then we have an installment plan for you. You can pay 3,000 rupees right now to book your seat. And then you pay 7,000 rupees maximum by tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. 3,000 plus 7,000, you're paying 10,000 rupees this month. By paying 10,000 rupees this month, you get access to the video recordings and worksheets. So if you can, please pay 10,000 right away so that you can get started on the video recordings and worksheets right away. The second installment of 10,000 you pay by the 1st of March, which is next month. And the third installment of 10,000 you pay by the 1st of April, which is a month after that. So we've made it simple for you by paying just 10,000 rupees per month. So installment plan, if you want to join the April batch, and one-time fee, if you want to join the Feb or the March batch. You can Google Pay, Paytm, scan your code. The UPI ID is 9818540023 at OKBiz Access. If you want to make the payment via the debit or the credit card, let us know and we will send you a payment link on the Zoom chat. You can make the payment right away. Once you make the payment and confirm that you have made the payment, we will confirm that we have received your payment, and then we will send you a registration form. You need to fill that registration form before you leave the webinar so that we can give you access to the video recordings and worksheets right away. So it's time for you to alter your financial destiny, everyone. Get started and alter it right away. I'm keeping the screen on for 2 more seconds for all of you to register yourself. Go ahead and type in the chat that you've made the payment, and I will confirm that we have received the payment from you. And the links to make the payment via the debit or the credit card are in your Zoom chat. Okay. Everybody who's watching us on social media, get in touch to register yourself.